So AI, it feels like everywhere you look, people are uh, building with it, talking about it, wanting to jump in. It's got this incredible energy, right? Like we're right at the edge of something huge.
Absolutely. That excitement, that intense public interest,
Hmm.
it's really palpable. Everyone wants a piece of the future now.
Exactly.
Uh,
And that same powerful wave of excitement, oh, unfortunately, it's creating a massive new open door for cyber criminals.
mhm.
They are absolutely exploiting the sheer hype around AI tools to spread their malicious software.
Yeah. And what's fascinating here is the core trend we're seeing based on insights from a recent article detailing exactly how this is playing out.
Mhm.
Threat actors, even, groups behind maybe lesser known malware are using this high interest in AI tools as really effective lures.
It's not totally brand new, is it? I think the report mentioned this trend started picking up steam last year.
That's right.
Mhm.
More advanced groups were using things like fake deepfake generators to trick people back then. But the key thing now is how widely this tactic has been adopted. It's not just the big sophisticated players anymore. We're seeing it used by operators of info stealers, groups targeting corporate networks. It's much broader.
Right. And the researchers specifically spotted this technique being used by, well, smaller teams behind ransomware like Cyberlock, Lucky Got Where, and this new malware they've called Numero.
And the way they're getting these malicious downloads in front of people is, well, pretty effective. They're heavily using techniques like SEO poisoning and malvertising.
Okay, let's unpack those terms quickly.
Mhm.
SEO, poisoning, and malvertising. So basically, they're gaming the system,
Yeah.
making their fake stuff appear high up in search results or buying ads. So when you search for free AI tool or something, their bad links pop up looking legit.
Precisely. They're capitalizing on the trust people place in, search engines and ads to deliver these malicious payloads.
Okay, right. Let's dive into some specific examples from the source material. These really show the tactics in action. First up, Cyberlock.
Okay, Cyberlock. It's a ransomware strain built using PowerShell, which is, a common scripting tool. It's being distributed through a fake website, novaleadsii.com.
Which looks like a real site, novaleads.app, right? An imposter.
Exactly, a clear imposter.
And the bait, the lure, something super tempting, I bet.
Yeah, an offer for a free 12-month subscription to an AI tool. You see that, you click.
You download, thinking you're getting a great deal.
And you're actually getting something called a .NET loader. Think of that as like a
Yeah.
tiny first stage program. Its whole job is just to sneak in and then secretly pull down and run the main malicious code, in this case, the Cyberlock ransomware itself.
Gotcha. So the loader runs, Cyberlock gets deployed. Then what?
Then it immediately starts encrypting files across different parts of your hard drive, your disk partitions, and it adds the .cyberlock extension to everything it locks down.
Ouch. And the ransom demand.
Pretty steep, $50,000. And they demand payment in Monero.
Monero. That's the cryptocurrency known for being hard to trace, isn't it?
That's the one. Specifically chosen for anonymity, as the report highlights.
Interesting. Anything else unusual about Cyberlock?
Well, yeah, the ransom note itself, it included this rather odd claim that the funds would be used for humanitarian causes. Palestine, Ukraine, Africa, Asia,
That's so
different. Yeah. And another detail, it sets the victim's desktop wallpaper to an image apparently taken from a Sentinel Labs blog post. Just, another calling card.
weird details. Okay, moving on to the second example. Lucky Jotter.
Right, Lucky Jat. This one's described as a newer ransomware, apparently derived from older families like Yashma and Chaos.
And how's this one getting out there? Also AI lures.
Definitely, it leverages the, well, insane popularity of AI chat tools. It's presented as a fake installer for a major AI chat program, often titled something like ChatGPT 4.0 Full Version Premium.exe, packaged in a self-extracting archive.
Okay, sounds plausible enough to trick someone.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The source pointed this out as a key evasion tactic. This package includes legitimate Microsoft open source AI tools alongside the ransomware payload.
Wait, hold on. They're bundling actual harmless software with the malware.
Yep.
Wow. That sounds incredibly deceptive, and I guess pretty tricky for antivirus programs to spot.
Exactly. It helps the malicious file blend in,
Yeah.
potentially bypass security checks that might flag an archive that only contains a suspicious file.
Sneaky. Okay, so if someone runs this bundled package,
If it executes, Lucky Danis goes after files smaller than 1.2 gigabytes, encrypts them, adds random 4-character extensions.
And bigger files.
For larger files, it's actually more destructive. It replaces them with a junk file of the same size.
Right.
And then just deletes the original.
Whoa, so you don't just lose access, you lose the data entirely if it's a big file. That's nasty.
Very nasty. Victims then get a personal ID and are told to contact the attacker through a secure messenger called Session for, the ransom details and decryption instructions.
Okay, so a slightly different interaction method than CyberLock.
Right. Different channels, different destructive patterns for large files.
Okay, our final example then is Numero, described as new malware.
Numero. This one pretends to be an installer for an AI video editing tool called InVideo. Popular category. It's delivered in what's called a dropper package. Similar idea to the loader, it's a bundle designed to drop and run multiple bits. In this case, it contains a batch file, a VB script, and an executable named wintitle.exe.
And this one, it's different from the other two, right? Not ransomware exactly.
Correct.
Okay.
Unlike CyberLock and LuckyDidYer, which focus on locking or destroying your data for ransom, Numero targets the user interface, your screen, basically.
How does it do that?
That's what makes it so unique, really. It executes in an infinite loop, just runs over and over. And it relentlessly corrupts the victim's graphical user interface. So window titles, buttons, text content, everything overriding it all with a repeating numeric string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 year.
Just numbers everywhere, over and over.
Exactly. So even though your actual files might be untouched, the malware renders your Windows system completely unusable.
Because you can't see or click on anything properly.
Precisely. It's essentially locked in this visually corrupted infinite loop state.
Wow. That's a different kind of destructive. No ransom, just chaos.
It seems so. It's a different attack vector, focusing on denial of system use through interface corruption rather than data encryption. But yeah, the outcome for the user is pretty much the same. You can't use your computer.
Okay, so we've seen CyberLock using fake websites, LuckyBellity bundling malware with legit software via fake chat installers, and Numero just completely messing up your screen through fake video editor downloads. What does all of this mean for you, the listener, trying to navigate this very hyped up space?
Well, the big takeaway is really clear. Your intense interest in AI tools. It's absolutely being weaponized by cybercriminals. They see the demand, and they're capitalizing on it using very common deceptive methods like those poison search results and malvertising to deliver these threats, things that look normal.
And the consequences, as we've laid out, they range from potentially losing your files to ransomware demanding huge untraceable payments to your entire computer system being rendered completely unusable by something like Numero, even if the data is still technically there.
Yeah. So the caution advised in the article is, well, it's crucial. You simply must be extremely careful about where you download files from, especially anything related to popular or free AI tools that just sort of pop up in search results or ads.
It sounds like it's much safer, more prudent maybe, to stick to exploring AI projects from major, well-established companies, especially when you're just starting out.
Generally, yes. That's a good starting point. But most importantly, and this is a key piece of advice from the researchers, always, always, always source installers and software directly from the official websites of the tool creators.
Right. Don't click the sponsored link. Don't click the first result necessarily. Go find the actual company website yourself.
Exactly. Avoid clicking links from promoted results in searches, social media posts, random third-party download sites, no matter how good the offer looks.
Getting the software straight from the source, it sounds basic, but it seems like one of the most critical steps you can take against these specific AI lure attacks.
It really is. It significantly mitigates the risk that the file you're downloading has been tampered with or is just a flat-out malicious imposter.
So we've taken a deep dive today into how this massive wave of AI hype is being weaponized by cybercriminals. We've looked at specific cases like the CyberLock ransomware delivered via that fake website, LuckyDidYer disguising itself as a popular AI chat tool, and cleverly bundling malware with legitimate software.
Yeah, that bundling tactic is quite something.
And Numero, the malware that completely corrupts your system's interface through a fake video editor download.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it, that the same technological excitement that brings incredible new capabilities can also, inadvertently create new vulnerabilities, open new doors for malicious actors.
Yeah. And staying informed about how these threats are being delivered, the fake websites, the poison search results, the bundled software, that's absolutely as important as knowing the names of the malware themselves.
Absolutely. Which, raises a bit of a tricky question moving forward. If threat actors are already doing things like bundling legitimate software with malware as an evasion tactic,
right,
and they're using pervasive methods like SEO poisoning, to distribute fake installers for popular tech that's emerging super fast, how do you truly vet the software you download in this new era, with all this intense public interest and constant innovation?
That's a tough one. How do you balance that desire to explore the cutting-edge tech, get your hands on the latest AI tool,
Hmm.
with the fundamental need for digital security, knowing these kinds of tricks are out there?
Yeah, something to think about.